And when a corn lover is eating Del Monte corn, she probably doesn't need to hear me talking about how good it is, right? Well, then I'm just going to go into the living room and talk about corn to the sofa.
Nothing's too good for Daddy and me. Mom brings Del Monte home.
Purina Puppy Chow helps little puppies grow into big puppies. But then its job is only half done, because even after he looks full grown on the outside, inside his muscles are still forming and his bones are still growing for about a full year. That's why he needs a full year of the extra nutrition in Puppy Chow. Puppy Chow for a full year, till he's full grown.
Decision 88, election update. Here is Tom Brokaw, NBC News.
Good evening. Senator Bob Dole wins a doubleheader tonight in South Dakota and in Minnesota. Let us show you our projections now in those Midwestern states. Dole is our projected winner in South Dakota, and a very impressive showing tonight in Minnesota as well for Senator Bob Dole. And look what else happened in Minnesota. Pat Robertson, our projected runner-up, beating out Vice President George Bush. On the Democratic side, in South Dakota, Missouri Congressman Richard Gephardt, our projected winner over Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis. The vote now in South Dakota. As you can see, more than half of the vote has been counted. A very significant victory tonight for Richard Gephardt. It is his second Midwestern win. He won in Iowa, of course. Michael Dukakis spent a lot of money in South Dakota and was well organized but fell off the pace in the closing hours of the campaign. And Al Gore, who is trying to demonstrate that he's a national candidate, not just a regional candidate, gets only 8% of the vote. On the Republican side, Bob Dole, the winner in South Dakota, and another close race for second place between Robertson and Bush. If Robertson beats Bush here, it will be the third time that he has defeated the sitting vice president in the rural Midwest. So that would not be a good night for Vice President George Bush. We'll have a complete wrap-up on all of this tonight, including interviews with Gephardt and Dukakis at 11:30, 10:30 Central Time. For now, I'm Tom Brokaw, NBC News, New York.
Come on, you guys. The sun's already up. It's going to be a golden day.
Let's eat.
Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Crispy, crunchy graham cereal, family breakfast treat. Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Golden honey, just a touch with Graham's golden wheat.
It's a great tasting part of a complete breakfast for the whole family.
Try those golden grahams and have a golden day.
After you take away the bread, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise, what have you got? Well, with Oscar Mayer bologna, you've got meat, and lots of it. Cuts from the beef brisket, chuck, round and flank. Cuts of pork side and shoulder, never cereal or filler. Oscar Mayer bologna. The beginning of a beautiful sandwich.
When can I pick up the pictures?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay, let me make a note of that.
You gonna write it down there?
Oh, it's going to,
Oh,
yeah.
well, then let's say Tuesday.
You mean 2 days earlier?
No, 5 days
later. I thought as much.
If this customer were at a Photomat store, we'd be introducing him to our brand new picture pickup promise. Photomat's way of telling you exactly when your pictures will be ready.
That quick?
Sure, and if it doesn't work out, you get a free roll of film.
Oh, no. You get in trouble for
It's
that.
no problem.
Huh?
It's a Photomat policy.
The Photomat picture pickup promise.
Is there a Photomat store around here?
Saturday, the fun starts when Nancy meets Francie, Sunshine's mom.
Actually, we live a very quiet life here. Oh, I want And what do you call this? Bad timing.
Then there's a fire at the fishes.
The empty house 2 doors down, it's on fire.
Could Victor be a firebug?
These children are under my supervision.
Go fish!
And Starsky and Hutch are set up by the mob. Right after Blansky's Beauties and Fish.
I can't believe this. You know, Gravy Train's really been improved. Look how the guys go for it. It's a big improvement because Gaines just added a natural beef flavor. Improved Gravy Train even looks different. And dogs can taste the difference, wet or dry. Tests show they prefer its new beefy taste over old Gravy Train 3 to 1. It's fully nutritious, too. New Gravy Train, a big improvement in taste. Right, guys?
I missed my big chance last time. Angie, I'm not going to miss it again.
There it is. That's the Athena 2000 electronic machine by Singer. It's $100 off. Push these buttons. It sews 25 stitches.
Beautiful.
Even measures buttons and makes buttonholes to fit in one step. If you missed your chance last time, the big Singer sale is back.
Hey, Debbie, if you was my mother, what would you think of your son now, huh?
Oh.
You're the Pepsi generation. Come and have a Pepsi day. Come on, come on, come on and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, come on, come on and have a Pepsi day. Wrap a thirsty smile around it. Raise a Pepsi up and down it. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Have a Pepsi day.
Gestures you make will...
Are your teeth really their whitest, up close? Is your breath really its freshest, up close? They can be with new Close-Up, the toothpaste and mouthwash in one. Clear Red Close-Up has 2 whiteners that get teeth whiter than the toothpaste most people use, and a real mouthwash. So it not only gets your breath Close-Up fresh, it also gets your teeth Close-Up white. Close-Up is for close-ups.
This is Professor Goody speaking to you from a diving bell 400 feet beneath the ocean, where I'm about to prepare some delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles just for me, not for that pesky waffle whipper. Waffle, waffle, waffle. I take them from the freezer, pop them into the toaster, and light, crisp, golden brown with Aunt Jemima syrup on them. Aunt Jemima waffles for kids who like a square meal for breakfast. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Wallace, please, stop. All right, Wallace, won't you join me? Waffle, 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 waffle.
That's a waffle whipper whipping an Aunt Jemima waffle. They're in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whipper at your house?
Waffle, waffle.
A bunch of kids looking for action. So what's doing out on the street? Is this the way we ought to use our boy power? Think about it. America's manpower begins with boy power. Let's not waste it. Be a volunteer worker with the Boy Scouts.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes 2 ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
When the family's all together, life's the best that it can be. Life's more fun when you're munching when you're munching Fritos. 'Cause Fritos goes with fun, and fun makes family memories. And old or young, life's more fun when you're munching Fritos. Munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Grand corn chips.
Don't come near me.
Thursday, John Amos, Ernest Borgnine, and the cop of the future are set up by a girl on the edge. Then a new puppy brings Chrissy and Jack closer together.
Yeah, there's nothing a girl likes more than a little tickle on the tummy.
Knock it off!
Three's Company after Future Cop and Barney Miller.
I'll give you $50 for those sneakers.
Ah! $50. Okay?
You can have them. They're
Okay.
terrible.
It's to prove a point. Now, you wash in detergent alone, right?
Yeah. Okay. Let's wash this sneaker in detergent alone and this one in the same detergent plus Clorox bleach. Now, see any cleaning difference?
The one I wash with my detergent is just 30. The one washed with Clorox looks so clean.
Clorox Clean. People can see the difference.
Here
Who woke me up?
Oh, sorry, Cuckoo. It's this cold. I'm stuffy and my sinuses. Oh.
Try 4-way long-acting nasal spray, Nose. It relieves stuffy noses and sinuses up to 10 hours to help you breathe easier so you can fall asleep easier.
Hey, that's a blast.
A blast that lasts all night.
Thanks, Cuckoo. Your timing's right on the nose. 4-way long-acting nasal spray. The blast that lasts all night.
It's not too sweet. It's refreshing, crisp, and neat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale. It's not too sweet.
It's not too sweet. I repeat, it's not too sweet. Canada Dry cools your thirst. It's a taste that can't be beat.
It's not too sweet. It's a cold, refreshing treat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale. It's not too sweet.
Regular or diet, it's more refreshing because it's not too sweet.
When entering the world of art, you'd be smart to dress the part. Gentlemen prefer Hanes, with all the ladies draped in crepe. The artist loves the human shape. Gentlemen prefer Hanes. Hanes will make you smooth and silky, shapely, sexy. Wear a pair and you could be captured for posterity. Gentlemen prefer Hanes.
I hereby dub you the Easter Bunny.
Wednesday, a special family presentation narrated by Fred Astaire.
The Easter Bunny is coming to town today.
Let's all have a happy Easter.
The Easter Bunny's coming to town.
We here at the ad agency feel this commercial is provocative, motivating, and really class-a-roo. Now, what do you think, sir?
Only one shoe? Florsheim makes over 256 different styles. Show them all, big, big. What about the craftsmanship? Even our laces are better.
Have lace shoes?
Why don't we show a huge centipede wearing all the Florsheim shoes?
I like that. That could be a musical. Shaboom, shaboom.
Hey, I like that.
I come to show you why mannequin flavor plenty enjoyable. I need water. See, water make leaf stretch. Wrap cigar well. Mouth enjoy flavor. Yes? Mannequin flavor special.
Sheer enjoyment.
Nobody can connect you with more of this country than United Airlines. With low-cost vacations from Hawaii to the New York Islands, to the mountains, to the oceans, to the sunshine, and back again. That's why in the friendly skies we say, your land is our land.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Danny, sounds like you've accidentally invented a thermochemical energy source.
A scientific wonder becomes a nightmare.
Someone's walking around with enough explosives to turn the city into a pancake.
A power that could mark the beginning of the end for the $6 million man.
How does your daughter feel about the wash? She couldn't care less.
Mrs. Shep just uses detergent alone. Let's see what happens when she adds Clorox bleach to one of her loads.
Which blouse would you rather wear?
This one. This one's much cleaner than this one. It's a good feeling to wear something clean.
Well, I said you wouldn't care. I mean, it's just so much whiter. It's very obvious. That's the Clorox one. And there is a definite difference. From now on, we'll just have to use Clorox.
Clorox makes the difference.
I see now that she does care.
Look, Linda, I just bought a new seamless support bra that's so beautiful. I have to show you.
better show you this way. It's the Playtex Support Can Be Beautiful bra, and it's seamless. Don't you love these pretty details? And these smooth, seamless cups. Plus this secret support designed for real support. And you know, it's so pretty. It makes me feel pretty. The new seamless Support Can Be Beautiful bra from Playtex. Support can be beautiful.
The American Eagle. Goodyear's symbol for its all-American kind of radial tire. Goodyear is committed to product innovation. We introduced rayon cord in tires. We created the polyglass tire and the polysteel radial. And now the American Eagle, with belts of Flex 10 cord instead of steel. Flex 10 is made from a flexible man-made aramid fiber that's pound for pound stronger than steel.
The tire for America, the American Eagle, the tire.
Pardon me, what kind of dog food does your dog eat?
Young fella, there's two things I know. Checkers and dogs. Dogs like canned dog food. Especially Herman here.
Do you think he'd like Gaines burgers?
Well, he might. Yeah, leave this to me. Dogs like food that's moist and meaty.
But Gaines burgers are moist and meaty, see?
Go ahead, but...
And they taste terrific.
And you don't know nothing about Checkers, neither.
Gaines burgers dog food. The canned dog food without the can.
I found a recipe you won't find in a cookbook, but it's sure nutritious and a real money saver, too. Take a quart of Carnation Instant Non-Fat Dry Milk. Add a quart of whole milk. Mix, chill, and serve. You get 2 quarts of fresh-tasting low-fat milk and make a real savings on your milk bill. Carnation Instant Milk. Good for you and your budget, too.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't.
Plus, now there's also a new Mounds with creamy rich milk chocolate.
What you're about to see is the world's most revolutionary telephone switching invention. We call it Super Switcher. It has almost no moving parts, yet handles 4 times more calls than its predecessor. It required an investment of $400 million, but should ultimately save $1 billion a year. And soon, every major American area will have one. Looks dull, eh?
Well, imagine that each of these cars is a long-distance call. This new invention can handle over 500,000 an hour. That's 5 days' traffic on a busy Los Angeles freeway. Super Switcher. It should go a long distance to prevent traffic jams on your long-distance calls.
The Bell System. People using technology to help keep down costs and improve service. Keeping your phone system the best in the world.
It's the first show of the new year, and the Captain and Tennille do it right. With their guests Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr., John Biner, Muhammad Ali, and Joe Namath. It's the new 1977 Captain and Tennille.
You are the apple of my eye, yeah. Forever you...
This is a cubic foot. There are 5 more of these inside the new Chevrolet than there are inside this year's older style full-size cars of Chevy's nearest sales competitor. That's based on U.S. government estimates of vehicle interior size as reported in the 1977 EPA Guide for New Car Buyers. The new Chevrolet with 5 more cubic feet of room. It stacks up beautifully. Now that's more like it.
Fellow Americans, stop dragging your feet. Wear kitties when you're going to go out on a date.
Look great.
But do you know your feet need a little love?
Kitty knows.
What an agonizing, enterprising, hard kind of day you spend working overtime. You.
Live its ball.
You. When you shop, you need shoes for it all. Say comfort and style. If you're young at heart or young enough to remember, come to Kitty and explore. At the Great American, Great American, Great American Shoe Store.
What's behind the brand of hot dogs you buy? You know you're getting solid value with Oscar Mayer and quality trusted for generations. There's wholesome meat protein, from solid cuts of meat. The only meat Oscar Mayer uses. U.S. government inspected. Oscar Mayer selected. Oscar Mayer wieners and beef franks in handy twin packs. The flavor's as good as the good meat itself. Oscar Mayer, America's #1.
When did you start baking from scratch?
It's not scratch, Mom. It's new Pillsbury Plus.
A yellow cake this firm could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus.
A cake this moist could only be from scratch. A cake this rich could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus. The plus is pudding. Pudding right in the mix to add that moistness.
Rich flavor. New Pillsbury Plus, huh? Looks like scratch has met its match.
Cut. Reload. That's a complicated-looking machine, isn't it? Funny thing is, a lot of people still think that taking home movies is that complicated, too. If that were true, believe me, I wouldn't take them. For instance, he's reloading the film. Let me show you how easy Kodak has made it for you and me with a Kodak Instamatic movie camera. You finish one roll of film, drop another one in, you're all set. How are you doing, Charlie? Taking home movies couldn't be much easier than that, could it? You know, now is the time to start, too. When the kids are growing up, you're on your vacation, save the action and the color in movies. With Kodak projectors, movies are easy to show, too. And cameras start at less than $35. Actually, you know what Kodak does for you?
Try a taste of martini. The most beautiful drink in the world is the bright one, the right one. It's martini. Anytime, any place, anywhere. There's a wonderful world you can share in the bright taste of the right one. That's martini.
Why are women so happy about new Tickle antiperspirant? Is it because Tickle is the first roll-on with a big, wide ball? Is it because Tickle comes in 4 fresh fragrances? Or is it because Tickle helps keep you dry all day? Make yourself happy. Staying drier is nicer with a little Tickle.
Gentlemen, ladies, welcome to General Foods. Today, we're proud to announce a breakthrough in coffee. We're introducing the Perfect Cup. At first, I'd like you all to taste this new product, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions. Yes.
It's rich. All right, how'd you do it?
We discovered a process that removes bitter taste. Ma'am.
What kind of process?
We found that roughness and bitter taste went out as we reduced the caffeine down to 50%.
50%? Explain why you went to 50.
Let me show you. Run the film, Mike.
Smoothness and richness take over when there's 50% less caffeine than regular coffee. The Perfect Cup.
As simple as it sounds, that's the breakthrough. And speaking of a breakthrough, let's have a coffee break.
Introducing the Perfect Cup. Once you taste this coffee, you'll have no questions.
Well, you really did it to yourself this time.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is.
Ah, those lovely bubbles. Bursting into action, instantly soothing your upset stomach and speeding relief to your aching head. Alka-Seltzer works fast.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Hello, young waffle lovers, wherever you are. Professor Goody here, high up in this bell tower. And just so that pesky waffle woofer won't follow me, I'm pulling all the ladders up behind me. There, safe at last. Now to pop a couple of delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles into my trusty toaster. So light, crisp, golden brown. Oh, I could hardly wait. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Sorry, Wallace. These Aunt Jemima waffles are just for me.
Waffle, 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 waffle.
Hey, now. Waffle. Wallace, please.
Waffle, 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 waffle.
Oh, very well, Wallace. Won't you join me?
Waffle, waffle, waffle. This is a waffle whiffer whiffing an Aunt Jemima waffle. You'll find them in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whiffer at your house? Waffle?
Cost of living got you down.
Prices are so high, I take a ladder to go shopping.
Cost of living got you down.
Money used to burn a hole in my pocket. Now it isn't even there long enough to get warm.
There's one bargain left in town.
Campbell's Soups. Try chicken with rice. Best parts of the chicken, fluffy rice, and 2 chicken stocks for extra flavor. About 6 cents a 7-ounce serving.
Sit right down and get your Campbell's worth.
Birth defects strike over 250,000 infants a year in this country alone. What can we do about it? Plenty. You know, research has shown that some birth defects can be prevented by proper prenatal care, and that includes good nutrition.
Well, that's not bad, but 4 pounds in 2 weeks isn't terrific.
I'm Mark Hamill asking you to protect the unborn and the newborn.
Those dirty rings. You scrub them, soak them, even bleach them. And you can still come out with... Ring around the collar! Now, try whisk around the collar. Pour concentrated whisk right on the dirt. It sinks in, starts to clean before you start to wash. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar every time. Whisk.
Here's Lucy. Was brought to you by Whisk. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar.
Mother Care take care of you before you're born and when you're...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mother Care go up to 10.
You can go there when you're big, go there when you're small. You can go before you've scarcely been anywhere at all.
Now Mother Care go up to 10.
At Mother Care you're sure that the prices will be right for a grown-up girl or a tiny little mite.
Now Mother Care go up to 10.
Such special care, such sensible prices for mothers-to-be and children up to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Happy families! Mother Care go up to 10.
Fireplaces glowing, icicles growing, hearts overflowing with cheer. It's that wonderful season we all find so pleasing, the Toys R Us time of year. The world's biggest toy stores, Toys R Us. The biggest selection, Toys R Us. It's a Toys R Us time of year. Toys R Us.
My name is Mr. Bubble. Let me show you tubs of fun.
You can be a bubble nose.
With Mr. Bubble.
You can have some bubble toes.
With Mr. Bubble.
Or be a bobblehead.
With Mr. Bubble. I'm safe and gentle, and I make getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Have a tub of fun with Mr. Bubble. He makes getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Mr. Bubble.
What makes you think I'm a spy?
Two-way radio, micro tape recorder.
What makes you think I'm a spy?
What?
Chocolate. Minstrels. Not like ordinary chocolate. Crisp sugar shell on the outside and surprise, surprise, smooth milk chocolate on the inside.
Chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
You do surprise me.
Minstrels. One of life's more pleasant surprises. Candy crisp, chocolate smooth.
Have you ever wished for one product that would clean and shine almost everything in your house? Here it is, Clean and Shine. Like magic, Clean and Shine leaves a nice shine on fine wood furniture, so you don't need furniture polish. It cleans and shines mirrors, so you don't need glass cleaner for mirrors. It cleans and shines refrigerators, like this kitchen product. Even countertops, tile, And vinyl. Try new Clean and Shine, the foam that cleans and shines almost everything in your house.
What's up? Dino's stolen the different vitamins we need to make Flintstones.
Yabba-dabba-doo, yabba-dabba-doo. Flintstone vitamins are good to chew with vitamin A, vitamin B's, vitamin C, and vitamin D. Help your body work and grow right.
We put them all together to make Flintstones vitamins. Mom, if your kids don't always eat right, one Flintstone each day ensures they're getting the vitamins they may need.
Yabba-dabba-doo.
Flintstones, regular and plus iron.
Crack open an icy cold Hams. Refreshing as the land of sky blue waters. Enjoy a cool, refreshing Hams.
When Lipton blows the whistle, you gotta have a cup of tea. Listen to the Lipton whistle. Brisk, brisk, brisk. Lipton tea.
Lipton flow-through tea bags, like 2 bags of flavor in one.
We should be working toward 21 plus campuses of roughly capacity of 600 plus students.
That's Dr. Joe Baresi with the Midland School Board talking about plans for construction, with enrollment expected to top 2,000 in the next 5 years. What will those plans entail? I'm Rob Quirk in the Channel 9 newsroom. Will new buildings be constructed? Will additions be made? And at what cost to you? Join Janet and me for Channel 9 News at 10 o'clock.
Bronco Chevrolet has discounted each and every Suburban in stock $2,000. Get great selections and $2,000 in savings from the heartbeat of West Texas. Bronco Chevrolet.
When news happens in the Permian Basin, and you see it happen, call Newsline 9 at 561-9991.
Crunchy is a golden honeycomb of hundreds of tiny glucose bubbles, covered in creamy milk chocolate.
Bite into a golden crunchy. Bite into a golden crunchy.
Once there was an ant and a grasshopper. The ant worked day and night while his friend the grasshopper fiddled away his free time. Then when the ant left on his winter vacation, was the grasshopper left in the cold? Cause the grasshopper was on the payroll savings plan. And by now, all those U.S. savings bonds added up to a big surprise to the ant and a big winter vacation for the grasshopper. Moral, buy U.S. savings bonds and you don't need a rich ant.
It's happening all around the house, right about now.
I'd like a Triscuit.
I'd like a Triscuit.
I'd like a Triscuit. I know my family, and when they'd like a snack, they'd like a Triscuit wafer.
Great with cheese.
Or with a dip.
Neat with jam. Or just by themselves. And they really are good. Triscuit wafers, they're made from 100% natural whole wheat, and that's good too.
A Triscuit baked only by Nabisco.
From time to time through history, the greatest need has been for facts. Facts to know where to build new schools, new houses, hospitals, factories, roads. We need facts to help fight sickness and disease. And that is why, on April the 25th, we are asking you to fill in the 1971 census. An army of men and women with light blue satchels will deliver and collect them from every household in Britain, with no exceptions. The form is secret. There is nothing to fear from completing it. When its contents have been analyzed, it'll be locked away for 100 years under guard. And all these officials are pledged to secrecy. Identify them by the blue satchel. It's the big form with a big job to do. We need the facts from you.
happens when you buy 3 boxes of Purina Cat Chow? You get 1 box free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
Buy 3 bags of Purina Cat Chow and get a coupon good for 1 bag free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
No matter what size you buy, you can mail in proofs of purchase and get a coupon good for 1 free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
So, buy any 3 Purina Cat Chow now and get 1 free.
Chow, chow, chow.
Tuesday, a lucky shot makes Richie an instant hero.
Want to go up to Inspiration Point with me? I'll show you my fake.
Oh, Richie, you're such a jock.
Then...
Buns.
Hiya, Pinky. How you? It's the love story that shook the world.
I love her?
There's drama, action, and romance. Fonzie loves Pinky right after Happy Days.
Coca's life is got the taste and the feeling you like. Coca-Cola, come on, girl, gotta share a Coke with you. Let the feeling through. You wanna live a little bit more. That's what the taste of Coke is for. Coca's life, everybody wants a little life. Coca-Cola, Coca's life.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't. Because sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
America's been waiting for a family show about a real family.
Maybe you're just old-fashioned. Yeah, maybe.
A show that reveals the joys and the sorrows.
You better all dig down and find your pennies because this family could be in deep financial trouble.
The triumphs and the defeats of real people.
Mary, would you lay off him? He's just trying to do his job.
The Bradfords are the family. 8 is Enough is the show. Right after Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley.
Creases look really sharp in the right places, but never on your eyes. That's why Revlon created Natural Wonder Crease-Proof Cream Shadow.
Hey, that's me. I'm your host, Michael, and this is Mornings with me, Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy. It is Tuesday, so it is Television Tuesday, and eventually we will get down to that. For right now, we're drinking coffee, doing bong hits, talking about what's going on. Anybody got anything going on they want to talk about? So today's show is going to be about, we'll talk a little bit about Dragnet, Jack Webb, and the TV show and the radio show and all that. So we'll kind of see what happens. We'll see what happens this morning. Today marks the second day back to school after spring break for my daughter. So today I will be taking her to her one class and lab. She's got about 3 hours of university today. So Tuesdays and Thursdays it's my job to drive her down, hang out, wait for her, and then come home. Sometimes we go to the mall after school. Sometimes we, go to the Mexican market, Castañedas. Is that what it is? No, that's the restaurant. What is it? Cardenas. That store. We go there to get pan bread, little pastries and stuff for the wife. She loves them little Mexican pastries. So, a couple of times a month I stop down there and pick her up a dozen or so. And she's like, stop getting so many. I'm going to get fat. And one of us has got to be fat, That's all there is to it. So, last night I did some Minecrafting and listened to a new to me Dead Show. That was great. Halfway through the show, it's supposed to be a show from 1980 in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And halfway through the show, he says, "All right, Chicago, woo!" And I'm like, hold on a second. Michigan and Chicago were pretty damn close. So maybe they were just in Chicago. Usually they do like 3 nights in a row, and pardon me, that's what they used to do. They try to do about 3 nights in a row someplace. So I don't know what their deal was back then, but they did one night there. I'm going to have to look at the actual schedule for that year and see where they were right before that and right after that, and see if maybe, because the set list is the correct set list, it's the correct show for that date. So I'm assuming they just misspoke. That happens when you've got when you got your ass out on the road for 2/3 of the year, going from town to town to town to town to town. You really start to lose track of where the hell you're at. It sounds like, no, you couldn't do, but it's true. When you're out on the road, it all becomes this one endless show. Because literally, you get done with your show, you go party, you pass out, you travel, you get up, and you're at the next show, and you walk out on stage, and everything's set up, and you go. And then you get off stage, and you get on the bus, or you go back to the room, and you come back, and you do it again the next night, or the next night, and the next night. But maybe that's why they started doing it like 3 nights in a row in places, so they could remember where the hell they were. Totally. So we can't watch any Dragnet on this show. Copyright stuff. We could listen to Dragnet. But, hey, what are you going to do? Hey, what do you say? Yada, yada, boogity, boogity. Yeah, I am going to go ahead and just pull up a graphic. I think a graphic would work Wednesday. And where's my graphic? Graphics. Let's see what this looks like. Hey. Alright. That's neat and all. But I was kind of hoping for something with a little more chutzpah. A little more detail there. There we go. There it is, there, buddy. Hey, alright. So, I can put my little stop in the name of love. Alrighty. Old Time Radio Wednesday is where we usually see Dragnet. What am I doing here? I'm doing this and that. Hey. So there I am. Jack Webb. Jack Webb. Jack. The Jackie the Jacker. Jackie. So we'll just kind of look at that for a few minutes and absorb that and drink that in. Drink in the Jack Webbness of it all. And then I'll pull up some facts on that same computer. But we won't look at them. No, shh. I'll be the only one to see the facts. So I can say, I'm going to show you just the facts, ma'am. You know, he never said that. Just the facts, ma'am. At least I don't believe so. We'll find out if he ever said that, I guess. But right now it's time for coffee and bong hits because it's just too early. Yeah. I got into bed about 9-ish, a little before 9, and I'm laying there and I'm looking out my bedroom door toward the window in the next room, and all of a sudden I'm watching TV and out through the corner of my eye I see flashing lights and I look over and I don't see anything. So I look back at the TV and then out of this corner, out the other window, I see more flashy lights. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I look over here and then there's more flashy lights. I'm like, what the fuck? Is there some kind of an emergency? Emergency. So I got up and I put my pajama pants on and ran around to the various doors and windows, poking and looking, and finally got to the front door here and looked out, and there was some kind of ruckus taking place down there at the end of the drive, the second to the last mobile home in the row here. I don't know what it was. I'm not a looky-loo. The guy who is a looky-loo seemed to be right in the middle of it all. It seemed to be his ruckus because they were right in front of his house. Ambulance, a couple of, police. And the police had just been here earlier because my wife said, yeah, the cops were here earlier. So I don't know. It all seems kind of suspicious. It does. But I'm pretty much ready to accept anything coming. I mean, you know, I figured it'll be going to be a knock at the door. Mr. Monterey, please come on out. We got to talk to you, son. What did I do? We need to talk to you. Come on out. Can I see a badge? Yeah, we need to talk to you. Come on. Can I see a one? We need to talk to you. Come on out. Okay. This is where I tell you to contact my lawyer. Oh, what lawyer is that? He's that guy that's on TV all the time. Which one is that? The one that's always in the news fighting for people's rights in the Supreme Court? That guy? Which lawyer is that? I can be elusive with my answers as you can be with yours. Just come on out, we want to talk. Dragnet is one of those shows that you wanted to believe that back then laws and the police department was there to protect us, right? And for the most part it seemed that way most of the time. Nowadays not so much. Nowadays people are scared to death of the police. I was raised to treat the police with respect and courtesy. Yes, sir. No, sir. Thank you, sir. No, sorry, sir. That's all you say to a cop is yes, sir. No, sir. Thank you, sir. Sorry, sir. That's it. That's all you fucking say to a cop. That's it. You do whatever they tell you to do. And you say one of those four things. That's it. Yes, sir. No, sir. I'm usually a yes or no, sir. I don't give them any more information than is required by law. If they start asking questions that I don't want to answer, I just say, no, sir, can't help you, sir. That's it. That's all there is to it, you know. But then again, you give that kind of respect to people who get into that position because they thrive on that respect, that power that comes with the badge and the gun and the authority to use them with impunity, do whatever the fuck they want to do. That worries me. That really, really worries me. The fact that we're so disconnected from the law enforcement nowadays, that they actually come from a different town, they come from the county, the cops don't even live in the same area most of the time, that bothers me. The fact that they keep the police so disconnected from the area that they're working in, so that it's easy to look at people as, not people, you know, possible assailants, possible victims, possible bad guys. And nowadays, they look at us as probable bad guys. We're all bad, unless, you know, we're under the age of 6, and then it's okay. And then we want to give toys to them tots to make them think that we're good. Yeah. I mean, I honestly would love to be able to have the kind of respect for law enforcement that I used to. And I just don't. I just can't. I mean, I'm still a yes or no sir guy. But the look on my face now isn't one of respect. It's one of disdain. It's like, yeah, I don't know who you are or what you are, and I can't trust you. I used to be able to trust you just because you had the badge on, right? And now I'm like, because you have the badge on, it leads me more to distrust, flat out. That's it. That's all there is to it. Just my opinion, just the way I see things. When I was a little kid, a motorcycle officer rescued me and saved me, helped me. So I always had, after that, even though my parents would say, you don't trust cops, you don't talk to cops, yada, 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 which led me to the yes or no sir thing. But I had a different respect for police than my parents did because I had different interactions with them. One time my father got pulled over by the police, of course, in, I believe it was L.A. County. And he had just smoked a joint, right? And we're in his mother's car. And I'm just a little kid. I am probably 5 years old, maybe 6. Okay. I could be as much as 7, but that's pushing it. And he reached into the ashtray, pulled out a little bag of weed, pulled out a little pipe, and pulled out some roaches. Stuck the roaches in the bag, rolled the bag up tight, put the pipe and the bag together, and then put them in my sock. Yes, the pause was for dramatic effect because... So there I am, holding at like 6 years old. And my father gets arrested for a bench warrant on parking tickets. Because he's going to school at the time. And of course he never parks where he can park correctly. Because he, would rather spend his money on other things other than a parking pass at school where you're at every fucking day, right? So, or he's in Hollywood, where my mother worked. I don't need to go any further than that. Another dramatic pause. So here I am sitting in the car with this heavy brass pipe and little satchel of weed with stinky roaches in it. The smell is just coming. I could smell, even though it's probably just all in my head, I can totally smell everything that's on me. The pipe, the roaches, the weed, everything. And it's in my sock. My tiny little sock, my tiny little saggy sock has got this stuff in it, right? And the cop says, okay, son, well, we had to arrest your father, so we're going to have to take you down. And he says to take you down and you wait for his mother to come pick you up. And I said, okay. Well, actually, I didn't say anything. I just sat there because I'm not allowed to talk to police at this point in my life. So he says, okay, what's your name? I don't say anything. Okay, so he opens up the door and he asks me to come out, and I get out, and he asks me to get in the car, and he puts me in the car. He puts the seatbelt on me, in the front seat, no less. So I'm sitting in the front seat. Between our car and his car, I had to walk funny because I had this heavy weight in one of my socks. This experience still haunts me. And so there I am in the police car now, and all I smell is marijuana, right? And I'm just sitting there. The cop keeps trying to talk to me, and I just sit and I ignore him. I just stare off into space and ignore him. And he's got to think, wow, this is the most weirdest kid ever. He won't look at me. He won't talk to me. He won't acknowledge. I crack jokes. I say funny things. Not one expression went across my face. I remember this vividly. How do you not when you connect so much emotion to something, right? So he took me into the police station, walked me out of his car. I walked funny, of course. Looks like I had a limp. Of course, he's not going to fuck with a kid who's got a limp, right? So he didn't say anything. So I got this weird little gait. And I go in and I sit down. And I sit down, and as soon as I realize that I'm alone, I very cautiously reach into my sock and adjust this sock and push the stuff further down and pull my sock up, right? And I do this with both socks. Pull up one sock and adjust it, and put my pants down, pull up the other sock. And and I sat there for like an hour. It was a horrible experience. My grandmother came down. She got me. I don't know what we did or where we went after that. It was all a blank after that. I just know that once I got out of there, the emotion was gone, and I just, I'm sure she took me to get something to eat, and then probably went to a bail bondsman or some fucking shit. I mean, he probably or paid his tickets. Which was likely the case, Mama's boy. So there you go. That was my second experience with police officers. I don't want to tell the first experience because it takes place in Sierra Madre Canyon, and we're talking Sierra Madre Canyon on Friday. So tune in Friday for that story. There you go. There you go. I think Dennis Weaver is the next autobiography. All the World's a Stage. Dennis Weaver. I'm right getting near the end of the McCloud television series. And my wife and I are going to finish watching that together. And then we're going to watch a couple of McCloud movies, hopefully, or that season that he did trying to reboot the show, I think in the 80s. But I really want to watch some of his movie stuff. I'm not sure if she knows about Dennis Weaver on the TV when he spent like a season on Gunsmoke. But there you go. There's that. Let's see. Let me bring up the old interweb here. And go for the gusto. Gustolium. Totally. Tickety-tack, tack, tick-tack. Right, there he is. All right. Well, oh, my neck is horrible. Yeah, I had a decent time playing Minecraft last night, but I had been out of it for so long because sometimes I'll play Monday and then I'll play a day or two in between Mondays, so that I can kind of keep going, keep progress happening, so it's not so stale. I got there and I don't know I think I ran back and forth from one end of my city to the other, back and forth, trying to figure out what I was doing. I eventually decided that I'm going to. I've got a waterfront. It's all stone waterfront with grass growing and dwellings and shops and stuff built right into the stone out on the waterfront. And then it's really deep out on one end, and I'm going to build a giant ship out there. Hey, good morning, Joey. What's up? So I've decided to build a ship. It's mostly going to be out of oak because that's what I have. But I am going to use a little bit of this and that. I may actually have to run back to another area or go hunting for some different style woods. I know that back at my original home, I've got a lot of different styles of wood. But out here in the Lost Frontier, where I'm at now, I'm just going by the seat of my pants. So what's going on, Joey? What are you doing this morning? I'm just sitting here doing the usual bong hits and coffee. Getting ready to start talking about Jack Webb, the actor, producer, director, writer. Just a man of action. The dude got it done. Take that. So there you go. Yeah, I was thinking the other day that 40 years ago I never thought I'd be doing something like this every day. It's not even a job. I mean, it's just a hobby. Sitting here, mental masturbation, really. But it's fun, And I bet someone like Jack Webb would be rolling in his grave thinking that all the stuff that I'm doing here, and all of the things that he tried to prevent people from doing with his shows, because he was kind of a controller. I mean, he was really into the law and order kind of thing, you know. Dude, what are you cleaning your kitchen for? Don't you got a maid to do that? Man. I thought you were more high-tone than that, dude. Come on. Do you have gloves on at least? You got those big elbow-high rubber gloves. That's cool. That's cool. Or the ones that go all the way up to the shoulder, like for reaching up into horses and stuff. Ah, geez, it's too early for that. Yeah. Arr. No gloves. I always wear gloves when I'm cleaning. I don't know. Maybe because I clean houses so much. It's like, and I'm the one who, you know, cleans. I volunteered for the job, but I'm the one that cleans toilets and tubs and sinks and a lot of floor stuff. We try to split the job. My wife and I split the jobs. She does beds because she does beds better. I could do an entire house myself, beds just like her. I can do everything just like her. I prefer to do the stuff that I can just kind of go in and go knock stuff out, go to the next, knock stuff out, go to the next. And I can do bedrooms like that, but it takes my 1 hour that I spend at a house with her, and it more than doubles it, because now I'm going about and doing the things that she does, but I'm not used to doing those things. So, but I do prefer to wear gloves. Gloves. I wear them gloves, man. Totally. I gotta warm up my coffee. I will be right back. So while I'm gone, get some gloves. I'll leave the mic on so that we can talk. Yeah. Put on the gloves there, George. Definitely put on the gloves there. Yeah, oh baby. You got an invitation to go to a wedding yesterday. So the wedding was yesterday? No. So yesterday you got an invitation. What kind of wedding? Is it like, what do they call that, traditional? Is it like tuxedos and gowns and stuff? Because I've been to that before. I'll try to dig up a picture of me in a tuxedo. Oops. I turned it off. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. No. I didn't want to do that either. Alright. Let's do it this way. Let's do that. And boogie step. Let's go boogie step here. There we go. And then I can do the camera too. Hey. Alright. So, yeah. Good old wedding stuff. Weddings are fun. I've been to some weird weddings. I've been to some... My wedding was weird. Oh, don't even... We got married on a couch. My best friend married my wife and I, because it was like, you know what? We just want to get married, move in, and start our lives, and we don't want to have to wait or save or do all of that bullshit that people feel that they have to do before they can start their fucking lives. Oh, well, cool. If it's not going to be super formal, then that's wear one of those T-shirts that has the tuxedo on it. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. And then you just put on kind of a jacket, a leather jacket over that. And you're looking good. You're looking stylish. Hell yeah. Let me see. I bet if I look semi-hard, like candy. Yeah, yeah. No, not there. There we go. External hard drives. Booga Hagnus. Bugna Magnus. Okay, that's the wrong hard drive. We'll go to this hard drive. And, ooh, that's a lot of stuff there. Okay. There we go. When was my brother's wedding? 90 something. Let me open this up. Okay, there we go. Boy. So let's see, I went to a wedding once. Let's see, I think we were living in Mammoth at the time, so 96, 97, there it is. Pardonnez-moi. Belch. I'm going to go ahead and drink some more coffee while I boot up these photos here of me. That's funny. Me in a tuxedo. Okay. Okay, here we go. There we go. There's me in a tuxedo. I look a little different. You don't want to have your own wedding? Well, never say never. You meet someone who says, come on, let's have a wedding. You gotta, it's the give and take. So, you may not want to have one, but you might have one. We just wanted to, well, I mainly was like scared to death of getting out in front of a bunch of people and doing all that stuff. And my friend was one of those, internet ordained ministers. And I took care of all the paperwork. And it was like, you know what, we have the paperwork, we're ready to do this. Let's, and I told my friend, I said, I'm an ordained minister. I said, well, dude, let's do this. And she's like, oh, okay. So we did. We got it over with. This is my brother's wedding. That is my sister. As you can see, I'm only slightly uncomfortable the way I'm dressed and the whole thing there. Somebody looked high. Let's see. And there's me and my friend Andrew. We have known each other since I was in the 8th grade and he was in the 7th grade. And I tried to sell him a joint. There you go. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit to these knuckleheads here. Hey. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm oddly attracted to you as a friend there, Joey. You kind of remind me of somebody. Just a little bit. That's when I was crazy young, weird bearded guy. If you look right here, if you look right there, you see this little colorful thing? Yeah, is that you? Yeah, that's you, man. This little colorful thing here is my ponytail. I was completely shaven on my head except for a spot about 1.5 inches, 2 inches in diameter. And on the back of my head, and it was my ponytail. And I wore that ponytail for a couple of years. After I went from long hair to bald head, I had to wean myself. And then eventually I chopped that thing off. And I don't know where it went. I honestly don't know where it went. But, so this was in Simi Valley, California, when my brother got married. And we were, so now we're modeling for a magazine. We're magazine models now. That was had been my best friend. He's since married and gone to school and gotten a career and kind of moved on and stuff. So I talk to him like once or twice a year, maybe. I'm hoping to see him at the reunion in August. He and I were asked to be best men at my brother's wedding, as well as his brother and his my brother's brother-in-law. So there was a bunch of best men up there. As many best men as there was, what do they call those? Bridesmaids. So we had a row of bridesmaids and a row of groomsmen. And it was best men, groomsmen, whatever. It was fun. I had not $1 to my name at this point, and Andrew footed the bill for me entirely. Took me down there, rented a tuxedo for me, showed me how the fuck to wear it. Andrew knows a lot about stuff, so he was my guide through this wedding. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But doing that made me realize that there was no way in hell that I was going to be able to do that in front of a bunch of people. No, at least not at that point in my life. If my wife were to ask me to do a big wedding now so that she could have that, because we've been married 25 years now, I would say, hell yeah, let's do it. And maybe we will. Get married in a church before I'm gone. Because you never know. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. That there's pretty cool. Yeah. Tuxedos. So let's see. Jack Webb. Wow. He died at 62, born in 1920 and died in 1982. Well, let's take a look at his biography real quick, or I will, and we'll find out. His name was John Randolph Webb, born in Santa Monica, so he's a native Californian. Command. All right, what do we got here? Margaret and Samuel Chester Webb. His father was Jewish and his mother was Indian Irish. Whoa, Indian Irish. That was my grandmother. Opal Mondre Wharton something. But she was an old Irish Indian woman. Crazy woman. Jack Webb's father left home before he was born. He never knew his father, raised by his mother and grandmother in poverty. So there you go. In the poverty that came after the Depression. That's how he grew up. Whoa. There's a lot of stuff here about Jack Webb. So I'm reading from the Internet Movie Database. And I won't be reading it. I'll just be kind of giving you some facts and paraphrasing and stuff, because I don't want to, get in trouble for stealing anything. And, plagiarism has never been one of my strong suits. I tried to plagiarize a little bit when I was young in school, and I just couldn't get the hang of it. And so that's when I learned how to write and learned how to use my voice, which is sorely lacking now that I don't have teeth. But that's okay. He had asthma during his childhood. Wow. So he loved movies, and he wanted to be a director. He got started in the in radio as a disc jockey, hosting the comedy show, believe it or not. He got a job as Pat Novak, Private Eye, on the radio. A noir film in 1948, He Walked by Night. And that led him to create Dragnet. He pitched the idea to NBC. They said yeah, and they decided to draw from the files of the LAPD, which is pretty cool, which gives it that whole sense of realism thing, because people are like watching the show going, oh my God, that like totally happened to me too. So, but not like that. Back then they were like, yeah, it happened to me too, yeah. That could have been me. So, it started on the radio in 49, and then in 51, they put it on TV. The radio show ended in 59. But the TV show started in... they had 5 features. Dragnet, 1954. He had 5 features. Dragnet, 1954. Pete Kelly's Blues, 55. The DI. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the DI, the drill instructor. That was... I found out about that movie in the 1980s. Video cassettes were really big in the 1980s, and video stores, rental stores, were just heavy. And so my father and I, every week, once a week, we would go to this video store, and there were a few things that my father and I would get together and do, right? We smoked a lot of pot together. We would eat lunch together on the weekends and watch a movie. And we'd watch a movie in the evening on the weekends. But then we'd also watch something a couple of nights during the week. So we would go to the rental store and say, okay, well, he's going to get a couple of movies and I'm going to get a couple of movies. Some of these movies that I would get, he would just be totally turned off. And some of the movies he would get, I would just be like, oh yeah, I don't want to watch Damn Yankees. I don't want to see a musical about baseball. But then again, I'd say, hey man, check out Faces of Death. And he'd be like, I've seen that, I was in Vietnam. And he'd get up and walk out. Or he would be watching a great movie, and there would be some like little tiny scene, farting or puking or something stupid, right? And he would just cross his arms and look away. And he'd be like that the rest of the movie. Like, how dare somebody fart in a movie or you know, blow a booger out of their nose or do something just disgusting or stupid, whether it had any relevance to the movie or not. But can you not just move past that little tiny thing that upset you and not make it this huge ordeal? And his life was a lot like that. He would make these huge, giant, dramatic, over these stupid little things, you know. And it took me so long to move past that and not let that be me. Because it was so easy to give into that and then just become just like he was. You know, so once again, when it comes to raising my family, I just think about what my parents would have done, and I just do the exact opposite. If my father or mother is going to react this way to something, I will go to great lengths to not let that happen. You know, if something like this is going to lead my father to freak out and yell and scream for an hour and give some stupid lecture about something, am I going to do that? Or am I going to go completely the opposite way and turn it into a happy moment? Sure, I can do that. You know. So my daughter was raised with little drama. So little drama that if any big drama comes along, she's like, what the hell is going on? She like, you know. So, I mean, the only drama we had, really, in the last 10 years or more was when I got injured twice and have had to deal with pain. So sometimes my pain goes, and I just freak out on myself, right? So I like, all of a sudden it's the Tasmanian devil. And they just kind of stand back and let me freak out. Are you done? Yeah. So I used to do that. And then I got to the point where I was sick of freaking out. I was so sick of me that I had to change. So that's when I microdosed mushrooms for 2.5 months and reprogrammed my brain chemistry. And it worked. So now I don't freak out so much as often. I've been doing a lot of driving lately, and driving is one of the worst things for me because it just, people are just assholes out there. So I go back to my programming with microdosing mushrooms, and I just tell myself, all right, when you drive, ignore the shit. When something happens, just, you're an idiot, you fuckhead, and then let it go and move past it. And that's what I'm trying to do now. And it's really difficult because it seems like everybody just wants to fuck with me when I get out there on the road. When I'm in my van, people stay away from me. People don't pull out in front of me. People don't cut me off. It's like, oh, it's a big van coming. When I'm in the little tiny hybrid, that hybrid, man, don't get no respect. So yeah, it's really driving defensively when I'm in that thing, and it's a bummer, you know. And I'm used to driving a certain way, a certain speed. You know, I get into a lane, I get into find a lane that's my speed, and I stay in that lane. Sometimes it's the fast lane, and I'm in line with a bunch of people going the same speed. Right? I don't ride right on somebody's ass because I was, you know, trained to drive responsibly and not like an idiot. So I hang back and I give myself a little bit of room, which just leaves room for people to come in and swipe it in front of you and then slam on their brakes and brake check you and be idiots. So I have to deal with that, and I have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? And I don't want to, you know. Of course, if I thought the end was near, I might just want to freak out on somebody and just not care anymore. Okay, I'm alone. I don't care whether I win or lose. I'm just, fuck it. You know, pick up something and start fucking swinging. Because, you know, road rage is a real thing. Before I go any further, let's talk about the record of the day, because we can and we must. So here it is. The record of the day is Whitesnake, Slide It In, David Coverdale, and John Lord, Mel Galley, John Sykes, Neil Murphy, and Kazi Powell on drums. Kazi Powell, nice. So this is a, what is this? What do we got here? Can we get a year? Can we get a year? I can hear my stomach. 1984. 1984. Now, I from what I understand about this one is that when they went out on tour, they needed a tour guy, and they took Steve Vai with them. So that's what I know about that. And then I think he was on a later album or more recordings of the video and that kind of stuff. Some TV guides here in the old Television Tuesday box there. Totally Television Tuesday. I'm going to do a bong hit because a bong hit is what I do. So the drill instructor with Jack Webb was a 1957 movie that I saw, that my father rented at the Video Barn at Four Corners in Lake Elsinore, California. And then we took it back to the school bus, the old Bus-A-Rooney where we were living for decades, or at least he was, and popped it in the old VCR. And I was just like, oh my gosh, Jack Webb is brilliant in the drill instructor, the DI. Check it out. I will try to find it on, let's see, let me go here. Let me go there. Let me see if I can find it on, yeah. Let's see, the DI. Jack Webb full movie. Yeah, baby. Wow. YouTube movies. So it looks like I've got some bits and pieces. It looks like this movie is available to rent. You can buy or rent the full movie on YouTube. And, well, pardon me. The DI full movie, and it is in a playlist. Let me go to the playlist. Totally okay. So let me just type in here. Well, fuck it, I'll type it in over here. Sound off. Go to where we are at live on this computer over here. And let me just type in the name of the movie so that somebody reading the comments later will know what we're doing. The DI 1957 film. Jack Webb. There we go. So, if you get a chance, check that out. It's on YouTube. You could probably find it, rent it somewhere, stream it. That's the great part about entertainment now, which is part of the part of the plan to keep us entertained and distracted. Entertained and distracted. So yeah, it's neat that you can pretty much find anything nowadays. And of course, lots of people are bringing back old stuff that we haven't seen. I imagine that at some point when we start running low on content, even though so much new content is being made every day, we're going to need more. And I think that's when they're going to really start getting into heavy digitization of all of those salt mines just filled with films. They're just filled with films that have never been digitized or put onto DVD or VHS and that kind of shit. So hopefully that'll happen. And because of YouTube and the internet, we're able to see a lot of the stuff that we thought was lost. People are taking a lot of... there's an audio video geeks on YouTube and on Facebook, and they digitize a lot of films and bring them in like a lunchtime program where they show a couple of movies and talk about them. And that's pretty cool. I've got some 16mm and 8mm films here, and I think that one day we are going to set up an 8mm film projector, and we are going to watch some home movies, not my home movies, but from some home movies from the area that I'm living in, which will give us a chance to look at the projector and see how it works. So that'll be fun. I'm going in my head right now trying to figure out how I would set up a camera for that. And I think what I would probably do would be to set up the projector here on my desk, point it over here at this wall at a small screen not too far from the projector, and then take a little tiny webcam, a USB webcam, and set it near the projector aimed at the screen, so you're getting that image right there on the screen. Let's do this bong hit, man. And then I do have a couple of educational films that I could digitize, do a poor man's digitization. Basically what I do is a kinescope. Use my phone or a webcam or one of my HDMI cameras, point it at a screen, turn the movie on, and watch it like that. And then take that image and shrink it down, crop it to just the image, and then turn that into a video. So what I'll probably do is take one or two of the films that I have here, kinescope them, and then upload them, and then see if I can get away with playing them. If I get away with playing them, then we'll do it live here and we'll watch them. So that'll be fun, right? Totally. Oh my God. Oh, coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee. It's cold. I gotta heat it up. Alright, I'm gonna heat up my coffee. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about Jack Webb, Dragnet, and the production company that he created. And then we'll read a little bit from the TV guide here, because I got a couple of TV guides. Last week we read from March 27th through April 2nd, and March 28th through April 3rd. Today and this week we're going to be reading from and that was 76 and 78, I believe, or 76 and 81. Yeah. We're going to be reading from April 10th through the 16th, 1976. So this is just a few months before we're going to kick off American independence, 200 years. So we'll see if there's anything in here that has to do with that. I'm going to warm up my coffee. I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere, okay? All right. Come on, baby. Did you hear my mental brain fart there when I couldn't remember how to push the buttons? There you go. So I'm going to put these TV guides here because that's what we're doing. Totally. Totally, man. Oh, yeah. So I got a stack about 3 feet tall of more TV guides. So we won't run out of TV guides. That'll be cool. All right, let's see. We are live. And I am going back here to Jack Webb. 62 when he passed away. He died of a heart attack. And one says that he died of a heart attack, and one says he died of cancer. I'm going to say that he probably died of a heart attack while he had cancer. How's that? Right? But they're going to call it COVID. So there you go. Spouse, Opal Wright. Okay, now that's weird. He was married to a lady named Opal, and my grandmother's name was Opal, and she was Irish Sioux, or Sioux Irish, rather. So that's quite a coincidence. That is quite a coincidence, to say the least. Heavy duty. He was married 4 times. Julie London, from 47 to 54. Dorothy Town, from 55 to 57. And Jackie Lowry, from 58 to 64. Divorced all 3 times. Had 2 children with his first wife. And his last wife, Opal Wright, Mrs. Wright, 1980 to 1982. Married 2 years until he died. So, wow. Yeah, he had a cancer attack, exactly. I tell you what, if it comes to dying horribly of cancer or having a heart attack's quick and painful. Cancer is long and painful. I'd like to go as long as possible and then take a heart attack check out. I'm just saying. That's, you know, if the pain now is any indication as to future pain, take me now. No, I can tough it out a little while longer. I can tough it out. Stick it out there, buddy. Stick it out. I got a lot more driving to do here. Got to get my daughter graduated. Got to go to a reunion. Got to get Joey out here. Yeah, Joey, you can take over my media enterprise here. We can redub it Crazy Young Weird Non-Bearded Hairy Guy or something. I don't know. For the love of Pete. Jeez, it feels like Monday, doesn't it? Oh, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. So, but he's also probably telling you how to eat better, right? So, you better listen. He told you that while you were gnawing on that big steak there that you showed me this morning. Ah, geez, bud, you can't eat that every day. Yeah. I eat like twice a day now. That's it. I eat one meal a day. I eat some cereal in the morning. I may have a little bit of lunch with a little bit of beans or something. But mostly I just have some cereal in the morning. And then in the afternoon, early evening, I have some kind of dinner with some kind of meat and usually some beans or vegetable or something. Usually beans because it's got protein in it. And then I have some kind of dessert, and that's it. And that's what I eat every day. I eat like 3 times a day, but only one meal, really. And we'll start a new show. Yeah, move over here. We'll start a new show on the channel. Yeah, we'll call it Ike and Mike. Shut up, that's been done. He told you that when you were 12, you're going to die of a heart attack? Oh my God. Would you eat hot dogs all the time? Because that'll do it. My brother right now is dealing with that. He would eat like packs of hot dogs every month. 2, 3, 4 a day in one sitting. I mean, it's like, ugh. Now he's got heart trouble. And, I'm sorry, but that's a bummer. That's just the way it goes, man. That's just the way it goes. You got to stay away from heart darts, man. They're, of course, I'm no better. I drink 1 cup of coffee a day. I will sometimes drink a Coke a day, or a soda or some juice, but usually it's, 1 major drink a day with a meal. Gosh. Nowadays my diet is so limited that I don't eat much. Last night we had meatloaf. We took a couple of steaks at the store and had them grind them up twice, so the meat was just like nothing. And then made that into a really good meatloaf. My wife does the most fantastic whitey meatloaf is what we call it. Make one of them whitey meatloafs, honey. Si, senor. And she knocked it out of the park. Mashed potatoes, gravy. I have to do cream corn because I don't have any teeth. But it was just, man, I was gumming that stuff down. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I've been in kind of a strict diet of tamales and beans because that's really easy to eat. But yeah, I don't eat a whole lot anymore. Which is weird because I haven't lost any weight. I still weigh 170. In fact, I gained a few pounds. So when you don't eat as much, your body goes into fat storing mode. You don't build any muscle, but you don't lose any weight. You get a lot of fat hanging around. So I'm like skin and bones with like a distended belly sometimes. Usually when I eat. Totally, man. Yeah. Biography. He was actually approached to play Dean Wormer on Animal House. Would that have been weird? Because by then he would be like 60, right? Yeah. By then he would have been 58. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Wow. Let's see what he produced. Producer. 36 projects. Come on, where'd you go? Where did you go? Hello. Oh, he did a theater commercial PSA for American Lung Association Christmas Seals campaign, shown in theaters during intermission. That's heavy. All right, let's go. Producer, here we go. Producer, open. Let's go back. Pete Kelly's Blues movie, produced it. Noah's Ark TV series, produced it. The DI, the Drill Instructor movie, produced it. People TV movie, produced it. The DA's Man TV series, produced it. Pete Kelly's Blues TV series, produced it. Dragnet TV series, produced it. 30 movie producer. He produced Calvin and Clyde TV series, movie The Last Time I Saw Archie, Red Nightmare, short TV series G.E. True, The Man from Galveston, and this is all before 1970. He produced 77 Sunset Strip, Temple Houston TV series, Dragnet 66, DA Murder 1, Dragnet 67, DA Conspiracy to Kill, The DA, all of these TV shows, O'Hara U.S. Treasury, Emergency, Heck Ramsey, Ladies of Crime, The Counterfeit Green, Chase, Adam 12, Sierra, The Rangers, The Long Black Pearl, The Log of Black Pearl. He did a lot of TV movies and TV series, Mobile One, Sam TV series, Little Me TV series. 82, The 25th Man was a TV movie that he did last. Project UFO TV series. They have him billed here as Dragnet Lost Episodes, TV's Greatest Crime Series producer, 2024. So that's heavy. I mean, not only did he act in only 31 projects, he produced 37 and he wrote 19. Heavy duty. Heavy duty. Dude did a lot of stuff, man. Dude did a lot of stuff. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. So, there's my little TV behind me. There's nothing on it. Something up on the monitor there, but nothing on the TV. I should have put a Jack Webb movie in this TV behind me, but I'll probably get in trouble for copyright infringement, stealing the images and stuff, so I won't do that. I only use what I can use without messing with anybody, right? People get upset when you take their money, and I'm not doing it on purpose. And I'm not making any money, so it's not like I'm actually taking money. But, yeah. Anywho, what do you do? So yeah, what's been going on? What the hell's been going on? No response from Vienna, as far as, hey, come on out and have a visit, man. Because that would be cool, man. I mean, I could totally dig it, you know. And I'm not saying that people have to come over here and sit with me and do coffee and bong hits and do weird shit. Put them in a house, let them hang out and be themselves, and get together and hang out for a little bit. That's it. Nothing weird, nothing too fancy, nothing immoral or amoral or you know, fancy. Nothing fancy. Nothing professional. Come on out and stay. Have a home-cooked meal. See some local sights and entertainment. And that's it. If you want to come over here and do something on video, great. If not, whatever. You know. I get a photo. I get a photo out of the deal, you know. Hey, we're hanging out. Because mainly I'm doing it for me, memories. You know, all of this is all about memories, man. Did he say memories? Yep, I did. Boobies, boobies, boobies. Totally. Totally. So the cover of TV Guide this week, April 10th through the 16th of 1976, has the cover of Police Story on here, and which is not a Jack Webb production. So there you go. But as I said, this is a bicentennial year. It's a good ad for Tampax back here with everybody smiling. It could be a coffee ad. It could be an ad for cruises. I mean, it's literally, it's such a, it's just pablum. I mean, it's like, we're all happy. We're all happy. Oh, take 11 records and tapes, or tapes for $1.86. That just goes to show you the cost of these things when they're produced. I mean, they must produce them for a fraction of the penny, you know. It says Easter is Friday here. I don't know when Easter is. The Waltons, An Easter Story. Faith and courage are put to the supreme test. Pa, Ma, Mom, Dad. Oh, look, there's Adam 12, Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. on 23 Bakersfield, Cable 6. Totally. Tiger puka shell necklace, only $2.98. Straight from Hawaii. Yep, made by little Chinese kids. Oh, my nose is going crazy, man. We were thinking about watching Ironside, the TV series. We watched the movie. My wife fell asleep. She's like, did you finish it? Yeah, of course I finished it. We were watching the Brave New World last Saturday, and about halfway through the 3-hour movie, she passed out. I knew she wasn't going to make it, but she asked, like, the next day, did you finish watching that? And I said, yeah. She said, but it was like 3 hours. And I said, yeah. How long did I sleep? She's asking. I'm like, well, at least an hour, because you missed the whole second half of it. I was going to watch half and then watch half later. If I'd have done that, she'd have watched the whole thing. She thought it was weird and kooky anyway. She's not a fan of sci-fi. So there you go. What is Sammy and Company? 11:15. Sammy and Company. Sammy Davis Jr. Hal Linden. That would be, who is that? Barney Miller. The Jackson 5, Jimmy Walker, Linda Hopkins, and Sammy Davis Jr.'s musical guest. Music is Corner of the Sky. Forever Came Today. All I Do Is Think of You. With the Jackson 5. Ooh. Sammy Davis Jr. At 7:15 at night. Wow. We used to watch a lot of, you can hear the coffee pot in there ticking. It's the weirdest coffee pot. Oh, can you dig macrame? Far out, man. We used to watch a lot of PBS back in the 70s and 80s. Got a lot of good stuff on. let's see, Sunday afternoon, evening. Last of the Wild, Star Trek, Second Chance movie made for TV. A benevolent stockbroker buys a ghost town as a community for losers. Brian Keith, Elizabeth Ashley. Second Chance. That sounds weird. Let's see if I can dig that movie up. Second Chance. 1972. 72 TV movie with Brian Keith. And Elizabeth Ashley with Brian Keith. So that's interesting. That seems like it would be an interesting movie to check out. Guy buys a ghost town and turns it into a town for losers. I would let them live in the ghost town until it was fixed up, and until they've built dwellings outside the ghost town or within the ghost town to make it look like old buildings, and then have them move into dwellings in the ghost town so that eventually you can open the ghost town as a working amusement park with people actually living and working there. That would be fun. Let's do that. And all of the dwellings could be like little tiny homes, because back then, you know, people would actually live in little shacks and stuff. That would be neat. Or something where it's just like storefronts, like 3 or 4 different storefronts, and you go in and there's a little shop in the front of each one, but in the back they're all connected with a rectangular building that is one room or one dwelling, you know, a bedroom, a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, behind a bunch of shops. So it looks like this building is just the shops, but in actuality it's that and a dwelling. And then that person actually has charge of those shops. That would be cool. A town for losers. Big Valley. What is this? Candid Camera. World of Disney. Ranger's Guide to Nature. There's something I would have probably been wanting to watch. I was really into the World of Disney. It was just a great show. It was always something good. $6 Million Man. I gotta heat that up again. I gotta move my coffee warmer. I'm afraid to put it on this table because it's so jiggly, and I don't want it to get wet. Ellery Queen Mystery. Nah. I'd love to look through this for ideas of what to put on a video time machine, or something to watch, something to just put on the channel as a video, because a lot of times I can dig, you know, some of this stuff up, and that's really cool. So what happens Saturday? Ooh, gross giant strawberries now. I've got a Carol Burnett memoir, and I was thinking about starting that, but I think I'll wait and get the Dennis Weaver book. A lot of movies on Saturday morning. That's cool. That's totally cool. Let's see. Centennial Summer, 1946. Philadelphia family attends the 1876 Centennial Exposition. A musical romance. The Face of Terror. Hey, it sounds like the Trash Man. Trash Man. Face of Terror, 1962. The Great Race. 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. That would have been on our television if we had a television. Puka shell necklaces, genuine. So today is Monday. So let's see what's happening Monday on the old TV guide here. What's happening this morning in 1976? on a Monday in April. This would be April 12th. Mike Douglas. He's got Mike Connors co-hosting. Maximilian Schnell. Alice Ohanian. Frankie Valli, The Four Seasons. Katrina Valentine. And George McGinnis. And then Phil Donahue. Well, this is Monday Morning Sucks. Happy Days is on rerun. Yeah, that's cool. Hollywood Squares, Lynn Anderson, Sandy Duncan, George Gobel, the Hudson Brothers, Vincent Price, Joan Rivers, Mickey Rooney, Leslie Uggams, Paul Lind, Peter Marshall is the host. That's funny. That's a great show. Let's see if we can dig up some old Hollywood Squares to look at. Hollywood Squares. Probably stream it, but I could probably find some weird shit that won't be streamed. Break the Bank. There's So Gabe Kaplan, is a little thing on Gabe Kaplan here that says he moved out of his neighborhood to get a better position in life, and then his show kind of highlights his return back to that neighborhood, and he tried to go out, improve himself, and then bring those improvements back to his neighborhood and help improve his neighborhood, which is what everyone should try to do, which is what we did in the past. You know, everybody would leave home to go out and make something of themselves, and then they would bring a piece of that success home and improve their own town. And people don't do that anymore. People usually leave their hometown and run screaming, I don't ever want to go back. And then the town falls to shit or turns into some other town, because it just keeps changing hands, right? Ooh, Afternoon with Little Rascals. Yeah. There we go. Oh, all these soap operas. All My Children, Days of Our Lives, As the World Turns, Ryan's Hope, Another World, One Life to Live, General Hospital, and I don't see The Guiding Line, which was, there it is, The Guiding Line. That was my mother's show. Boy, the trash man, he's loud today, huh? Get him. Sheesh. Isn't that great? Sound effects. Early in the morning. Crazy, man. Fucking crazy. Let's see. Stump the Stars. There you go. Stump the Stars. So, it's Monday afternoon here. Ironside is on, of course. Star Trek. Brady Bunch. Electric Company. Andy Griffith. Opie claims to have an invisible friend. Star Trek is on 2 different channels. Yeah. Totally. Okay, Hogan's Heroes. So now it's evening, Monday evening. What's coming on, and then we'll go to Tuesday, of course, because it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. What the hell? Hey man, take it easy. Yeah, go to sleep, brother. Peace, love. Talk to you soon. Let me know when you're moving out so we can work on that show. You can take over the empire. Have a great night sleeping. Have a great night at work. I will try to work out details as far as going co-hosting. Details. And then watch a movie. That always helps me go to sleep. Put on a movie. Ah, yeah. I have these weird dreams. Oh, Peanuts. It's Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown. There you go. The Easter Bunny is coming to town today. Shut up. Easter's coming. Easter's coming. It's got to be on a Sunday, though. Sunday. Yeah. Sunday, wave on Sunday. Totally. Maud. Monday night with Maud. Ricky Tikki Tavi. Now there is a video that I actually have. I wish we could watch it. Orson Welles narrates. It's just a great show. It's a great little movie, great little film. Yeah, that's awesome. The Jungle Books of Ricky Tikki Tavi. Wild, Wild World of Aminals. And what a Deadfall. Deadfall at 8. That's a movie. Colorful Spanish locations for the setting where jewel thievery, Freudian relationships, Michael Caine, Giovanna Raleigh, Eric Portman, David Buck, Nanette Newman. Let us see. Wow. Okay. There's an ad here that says, I found the answer to feminine itching, and then it's got a bunch of paragraphs, and at the bottom it just says Vagisil. There you go. But you gotta send in for it. For your free sample, 25 cents to Vagisil. White Plains, New York. Baseball, Monday night coverage, Yankees at the Orioles. There you go. I'm not seeing any PBS, man. That's heavy. There's no PBS in Bakersfield. 76. Well, I guess it took a while for public television to kick on. Because it didn't happen until, what, the 60s or late 60s, early 70s. All in the Family. Maud. Muy agresivo. Variety. Agradecido. Yeah, agradecido. Okay. And later Monday evening, Oral Roberts. Yeah. Jigsaw Man. Crime drama. Love American Style. We used to watch that. Let's see if I can find any Love American Style stuff. That'd be great for a video time machine. There we go. Blow Up, 1966. Michelangelo. Antonioni. Oh, and there it is. There's the show that my mother would be watching that evening, Monday night. It's a serial, so she'd be watching it every night during the week at 11:30 p.m. Mary Hartman. We just saw this lady who plays Mary Hartman. Louise Lasser. She was on an episode of McCloud. It was the cowboy in Hawaii episode, and she played. Terry Garr had been playing a character a couple of times on the show, and then out of the blue, they're in Hawaii, and they have Mary or Louise Lasser as the same character, different name, but the same exact character, saying the same things, acting the same way. It was like they were the same person, only a different actress, right? They looked completely different. But, which just goes to show you that they took direction well. She's not that entertaining, really. Of course, that McCloud episode was directed by Jerry Paris, a very famous TV director. So that's why it was such a good episode. Mary Hartman. That was really a weird show. Mary Kay Place, Victor Killian, Deborah Lee Scott, Graham Jarvis, Philip Burns. Yeah. Norman Lear. It's the debut. This is the actual debut. Norman Lear's satiric soap opera. The series revolves around the life of a middle-aged housewife, Mary Hartman, who sets the tone of the series by responding with equal naivety to situations ranging from her husband's impotence to her inability to make good coffee. From a mass murder down the street to a buildup of wax on her floor. Wow. She just, Yeah, it wasn't a great show. It wasn't a, I mean, it may have been really different for its time, but you watch it now and you're like, oh God, this lady is annoying and boring and whiny and just a moron. How could she not know that, right? So now it's Tuesday morning. Hey, it's Tuesday morning. So Tuesday morning at 4 a.m. or 4 in the afternoon, we've got a special treat adventure special, The Phantom Rebel, about a Revolutionary War cobbler who dons a pumpkin head disguised to battle redcoats and receives secret help from two Philadelphia youngsters who live in the house where a British general is billeted. Sandy McPeak, Elizabeth Cheshire, Lance Kerwin. So Lance Kerwin actually went to school in the same schools that I went to years earlier. Lance Kerwin was on a TV show called something at 15, Johnny at 15. Is I've got a kid at 15 years old. So let's do, what are we going to do? The Phantom Rebel. And let's see if we could figure out, it's a preempts regular programming, it's a special, it's a premiere, so this is going to be 1976. And we'll probably never find it, but that would be great if we could find that and take a look at it. This is like one of my, the places I go to for inspiration. Call it macaroni. There's so many things entertainment-wise that have been lost. All right, for every TV show that is saved, there's 100 shows lost. All right, maybe not that many. For every movie, there's just a ton of shit that's lost because people don't find it important because it didn't make enough money or something, so it just gets shelved. You know, should we put this on VHS? Nah, it didn't make enough money in the box office when it went to the theater, so fuck it. It didn't get good ratings when it was on TV, so just shelve it. We need that space. Just throw it all in the dumpster. And that happened. And I know people who go out religiously to dumpsters, used to go to libraries and take all of their film collections out of the dumpsters when it was all switched over to VHS and then DVD and then digital. And you just go in and they just throw shit out. They try to auction it off. It doesn't get auctioned off, so they throw it out. It's really sad how much has been lost. How much television, cinema. Yeah. Even audio. Here comes Peter Cottontail. And there he goes. Evening. Hollywood Squares. Let's take a look at Ernest Borgnine, Robert Blake, Red Fox, Shirley Jones, Jonathan Winters, Karen Valentine, George Gobel, Martin Milner, Paul Lynn, and Peter... Oh, man. That has got to be a great fucking episode. Red Fox and Ernest Borgnine, Jonathan Winters, Paul Lynn, Martin Milner. I mean, these guys are all fucking hilarious. And Robert Blake, he's like he's funny, but he's like the straight man, right? Oh, dude. God, I'd love to see that. I'm just going to take a picture of it. Yeah, dig that up. That'd be fucking awesome to watch that. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, 8 o'clock on Tuesday evening, April 13th, 1976. 8 o'clock on Channel 3, 29, and 47, Happy Days. On Channel 6, 23, and 24, Moving On. Alright, so let's go to Happy Days. Tired of being bullied by teenage toughs, Richie signs up for a course in jiu-jitsu. Ooh, tough guy, huh? Tough guy, tough guy, tough guy, tough guy. Alright, moving on. Sonny and Will. Oh, this is a great fucking show. Sonny and Will's truck is repossessed for delinquent payments and will go up for auction unless they can come up with $2,700 in just 5 days. Filmed on the road from Norfolk, Virginia to Raleigh, North Carolina. This is a great fucking show because it really is about truck drivers, and it really shows truck drivers in their element, doing what they do best. They also show a lot of 8-track tapes, a lot of CV talking, and the best part about it, Claude Akins and Frank Converse. Just fucking awesome. So, guest stars include Rosie Greer, Art Metrano, Diane Ladd, and Jeff Dane. If you get a chance to watch Moving On, watch it. It's a great fucking TV show. Just fucking watch it. Right now you can... I used to watch it on... where was it? Roku. I watched it on Roku. I watched the whole series once or twice. Great. Great show. Here comes Peter Cottontail. The Strauss family. Family deaths overshadow Johann II's musical success. Johann Sebastian Strauss. Oh, okay. So it's a mini-series on the Strauss family. And then, of course, here comes Peter Cottontail, Casey Kasem, and who is it? Danny Kaye and Vincent Price. There you go. Chesperito comedy. Dead Man Tell No Tales, 1971 TV movie. Christopher George, target for killers who mistake him for someone else. What? Christopher George? Susan Day George is not in this? They usually did so much stuff together, him and his wife. Okay, at 8:30, Laverne and Shirley, one of my favorite shows back then. Let's see, Laverne becomes a police decoy to help nab a thief who broke into the girl's apartment. Yeah, that's a great one. Penny Marshall, Cindy Williams, Michael McKean, David Lander, Phil Foster, Eddie Mecca. Yeah. Apartment. I wonder if they're living in LA at this point. Policewoman. Yeah, Angie Dickinson. Totally. There's a good episode there. Let's see. Adams Chronicles drama. Charles Francis Adams II loses control of the Union Pacific Railroad to unscrupulous Jay Gould in the last show of the series. Seeing the setback as a symbol of his family's diminishing influence, Charles concludes that Adamses are ill-equipped to face the 20th century. Ooh. MASH! MASH, dude. I got a few things on MASH. We should talk about MASH on a Tuesday. Maybe we'll talk about MASH next week. That's a good show to talk about. One Day at a Time, there's another good show to talk about. Those are shows that we watched a lot. And only one of those has been rebooted. Hopefully they will never reboot MASH. That would be sacrilegious. Okay, 10 o'clock on, well, what's going on MASH, right? With a predictable expectation of self-centeredness, Frank Burns, the MASH personnel open their hearts and tents to a refugees band of Korean orphans. Yeah, and what's his face ain't gonna have anything to do with it. He was a great character. Of course, he got branded that character and that type of character, and then people would see him in real life and sneer at him because he was Frank Burns, right? Yeah, that was a bummer. He left the show because he just got sick of being Frank Burns. He couldn't give it anymore, you know. Poor guy. So at 10 o'clock, Family. Family. Family was one of my favorite shows. It starred Sadie Thompson, James Broderick, Gary Frank, and Christy McNichol. Christy McNichol, one of my idols growing up because she was just such a regular kid, like Jodie Foster, just a regular kid. Jackie Earle Haley, regular kid. Lance Kerwin, regular kid. So those were my idols growing up, those kids. The kids from Escape from Witch Mountain, Escape to Witch Mountain. That City of Angels. City of the Angels is on there. Wayne Rogers, who left MASH, started doing a lot of TV movies. And not only that, but they actually created a show with his character from MASH. After his character left the show, they created his own show about that show, Trapper John, MD, in the now and present, and they used Pernell Roberts as the lead. Heavy. Monty Python's Flying Circus. References to dead breasts are clues in a murder mystery. There you go. Drama. Pete and Mac. Switch is what it's called. Switch the drama. Pete and Mac borrow ideas from classical detective stories to thwart a crooked, small-time private eye. They contact a case. They concoct a case that will keep him too busy to fence the jewels he has stolen. Robert Wagner, Eddie Albert, Charles Callis, Sharon Gless, Jacqueline Smith. Yeah. And Love American Style. Jack Carter. Ruta Lee. Stuart Margolin. Stuart Margolin, he played Angel on the Rockford Files, James Garner. He was really good on that show. He did that type of character really, really well. But he was a great director. He directed a lot of TV and a lot of movies. He was great behind the camera. International Animation Festival, really. That's different. Dick Van Dyke, so we're getting into the evening. Mystery of the Week, The Deadly Visitor. Johnny Carson, doesn't say who's on. Harry Reasoner, ABC News. Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor in The Comedians. Let's see, Combat. There's a show. Combat, yeah. And, of course, Mary Hartman, episode 2. They don't say anything about it. Tomorrow, the show with, was that John Schneider? Not John Schneider. What's that guy's name? The news guy. He has the Reverend Sun Myung Moon and his followers are discussed. So it's 2 a.m. on Tuesday. That means it's Wednesday morning now. Because at 2 a.m. it's sign off. Everything goes, TV goes off. Nobody wants to work anymore. Everybody's got to go home. And then it starts up again on 6:30, 6:15. 6:15 on Channel 24, Noticias en Total 24. There you go. Good morning, America. How are you? Good morning, America. David Hartman. So that's Wednesday morning. So we'll get into that tomorrow morning. And my goodness, we've sat here and wasted a bunch of time, and it's just about time to go. That is cold. Oh man, that's cold. Luckily, we've been remembering to keep that blind pulled down, so I don't get hit with the sun in my face in the morning here on the show, which is really cool because that's kind of a bummer, you know. It's a total bummer, dude. So I'm just going to load up me a last bong hit for the road, and then I have to get my act together to go down into Palm Desert to the campus with my daughter today, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm going to do that and be ready to do that. Probably going to nap out for an hour right before we're ready to go, so that I can have a little energy for the drive. And then I actually have napping stuff in the car on a permanent basis. So I've got a couple of cushions to spread out, put the seats down in the back of the little hybrid, put some cushions down, throw a couple of pillows in, put some stuff over the windows, and I can sit back in there and I can read, or I can just listen to TV or watch TV or listen to the radio or nap, and just nap out for a couple of hours. So it can go either way. I could just read and nap, or nap the whole time. I don't have anything to read yet, so I may go to the thrift shop and see if I can find my book. If I can't find it there, then maybe cruise on over to the bookstore at the mall and grab a book. because I'm real excited about. In fact, I don't think I'm going to find it at the bookstore. But then again, I may have looked right past it and didn't notice it. So I will be looking for that. If not, I will special order it. Or maybe tomorrow I will take a drive in the opposite direction and go to a used bookshop out here that's just, it's an old house that has turned every room into a library. So it's possible that I will just shoot over there first and see if I can pick up a used copy. There we go. So once again, tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk about X-1, the radio show, Robert Anson Heinlein's contributions to the show, and I'm thinking on bringing over my 1938 or 1932 Philco radio, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and getting into restoring it. So we'll do that, and we'll do other stuff. We'll read some more from the TV Guide. And we'll talk a lot of old-time radio, because old-time radio is a big thing and has been a big thing in my life since I was a kid, since my father was on the radio and kind of used that as elements in his programming. So yeah, old-time radio's heavy in my life. All right, people, it is time to get rolling. I got to get my act together, get something to eat, most especially, and I just want to remind everyone out there a few things. You know, be nice to each other, be kind, don't spread bullshit, don't spread hate. You know, I saw this shit my whole life, was bullied, fucked with. So get over yourselves and just accept that we're all different and we're all going to stay different. And that's the best thing that makes us together, is that we're all different. All right? Okay, people, you know, take care of each other. Do something for yourself, but most especially, do something for somebody else. Because if you don't, you know, you're just selfish. Alright, people, most especially stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Alright, love you guys. Take care. See you in the mañana, man. Alright? Until then, have a great day. Bye now. Adios. Come on. Alright, I did it again. I put my opening theme here. Da 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 da. Do I could do, I could do, I could do. Oh, I could do, I could do, I could do. Da 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 da. Ba da ba da ba da ba. I'm gonna have to pull out my electric guitar someday and learn to play along with this. That's great. Alright. Let me boot up my end credits. Adios, people. Take it easy. Don't go nowhere except away. Alright, guys. Stay weird, you bunch of freaks. No, really. Yeah. Alright. See you tomorrow. Take care. Love you. Bye now.